Welcome to Discover Career Planning Resources for Education Programs. We thank you for joining us. Before I hand it over to our presenters, I want to review some instructions for navigating and participating in this session. Audio is muted and video sharing is not available for participants. Feel free to resize or move any of the session content tools around your screen. Next, enter your questions for the presenters in the Ask Questions section, and we will share your questions as time allows. If you have specific questions, please schedule a career advising appointment. The attendee chat is also available throughout this session. You may access the paperclip icon for a PDF of the presentation and download links and resources from the related content area. If any of the tool windows disappear during the session, you may access the toolbar at the bottom of your screen to open it again. As a reminder, this webinar is being recorded and is available on demand through the same link you used to register for the session. Once the session has concluded, click Complete the Webinar Survey to provide feedback and also download your certificate. Now I'll turn it over to our presenters.
Hello, and welcome to our special program today for education students and alumni from the School of Higher Education, Leadership and Policy, and the School of Education and Professional Licensure. If you are ready to gain insights and strategies on how to prepare for or advance in your education career, then this program is for you. I am Dr. Lucy Plaisir, a 2021 Walden graduate from the EDD program, president of Kappa Delta Pi, the International Honor Society in Education, and a volunteer coordinator of the Each One Teach One mentoring program for education students. Today's event is a partnership between Walden's Department of Career Planning and Development and the Student Success Seminar for Education Students, facilitated monthly by Dr. Judy Blakely. Dr. Blakely is an academic coordinator who works with the graduate programs. She also leads the multicultural and international student clubs at Walden University. She will be joining us today. We are excited to spend this hour together with Dina Berggren from Walden's Department of Career Planning and Development in exploring career planning resources for students and alumni who are pursuing careers in education. Kim Burton from the Walden Library is also supporting us to help with program logistics. To learn more about our presenters, we invite you to read their complete bios in your On24 module. Now, I would like to hand it over to Dina Berggren, who will tell us about Walden's Career Planning and Development Department.
Thank you so much, Dr. Plaisir, and welcome everyone. We are very honored to partner with Dr. Judy Blakely and have this amazing opportunity to share our services and offerings with all of you today. First, for those of you who are new to career planning and development, we would like to share a little about our department, who we are, and how we can support you. Our department's mission is to support both students and alumni in developing workplace skills to thrive as professionals and social change agents in organizations and in communities. Our department is a part of the Office of Student Affairs at Walden, and we are here to support you during the pursuit of your Walden degree and also after graduation. Before we introduce the goals for this program, Kayla will help us launch a poll so we can learn a little bit about you.
Our poll lists how familiar are you with our services and offerings. The first option is I am not familiar, but tell me more. Our second option is I have visited the website once or twice. Our third option is I frequently use the services and offerings on the website to manage my career. And we'll give you a few moments to enter in what you'd like. We would love to hear your feedback and choose the best option for you. If there are two that you could kind of go with, go ahead and select that best one that will work for you. And we'll give you just about 15 more seconds. While we're waiting for the last few people to enter in that poll, again, we really appreciate you filling this out. This helps us out a lot. Awesome. I think we've gotten a majority of the people. Let's take a look at those results. All right. Our number one is I'm not familiar, but tell me more. You're in the right spot because that's what we're going to do. We're going to tell you more. And the second up option is I have visited the website once or twice, and that's great too. We're going to give you even more information. Dina?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kayla, for launching the poll for us. And our hope today is that after today's session, all of you will know more about our department and about all of the great resources and support that we have available for you. And now with this brief introduction, let's focus on what we are planning to do today. Our plan is to introduce you to the Education Career Hub that has resources, tools, and special offerings to help you prepare for a variety of career paths in areas of education, including early childhood education, K through 12, higher ed, instructional design, and related fields. We will also share tools to communicate your academic and professional skills to employers and other professionals. We'll explore ways to engage in student and professional communities while building connections and expanding your professional network. And finally, we will set aside some time to also answer your questions. As we move through this program, please refer to the links in your On24 related content module to access the resources that we will discuss together. Now let's begin by taking a look at the Education Career Hub. Earlier this year, Dr. Judy Blakely and I came together to create a central career hub that can be used by students and alumni from all Walden education programs to help prepare for career transitions and career advancement opportunities in education. We are so excited to share that we launched the new Education Career Hub with input from education leaders across the university. This hub is designed to help you prepare for career transitions or career advancement opportunities, to explore careers in education, build strong application materials, search for jobs and volunteer opportunities, stand out during interviews, and build your networking connections. Before we introduce the Education Career Hub sections in more detail, I wanted to ask Dr. Blakely, would you like to tell us a little bit more about the development of the Education Career Hub?
Oh, thank you so much. Yes, we wanted something for our students so that as they left, the school and they went into their careers, we wanted them to have assistance in what organizations that would benefit them the most. the resume writing, all of the assets that help form and put together a dynamic career. So Dina and I got together, and we thought about all of the things that students have asked us, and we put that together, and we shared it with all of the leaders. That we went to the leader of every single department in the educational program, and everyone, they were so happy that Dina was working with this, and they all shared and added things. Like someone would say, well, how about this? This is an organization that helps our people, or what about this technology? So it's really comprehensive, and it has really been worked on or put together by all of us. This is truly a team effort, and we are very proud and very happy to be able to offer this to you, the student. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Blakely. It was truly a collaborative project and initiative for all of us. And in the next few slides, we would like to expand on the specific sections of the hub and the resources that all of you can find there, starting with the Prepare for Your Future section. If you have been wondering which area of education you may want to pursue, or maybe how to plan your next career step, the Education Career Hub has an entire section for this purpose with tools to research career opportunities. There you can access popular career research sites such as ONET Online, MyPlan, Career One Stop, and there are many others you can use to help you prepare for a variety of different career paths. These sites can also help you gain detailed information about education careers, including job titles, credentials that are needed, skills and experience that may be required, future career outlook and trends, salary information, and a lot more. The external, what can I do with this major education career guide, also can help you with ideas about what areas of education you may want to pursue, the types of employers you may want to research, and strategies to successfully transition into your area of interest. We also recommend reviewing information about your academic program on the waldenu.edu website to read about potential career areas for your current or most recent degree and settings where you may want to look for employment. As you can see, we have a variety of career planning resources that are available to you, including printable career planning tools and worksheets to help you set career goals and also to communicate the professional and academic skills you're gaining through your work, volunteer, and academic experiences. The Education Career Hub also has specialized resources for pre-K through 12 and higher ed professionals. If you are someone who is transitioning into a pre-K through 12 career, maybe in teaching, support, or administration, or maybe you are currently already employed in pre-K through 12, but you're looking for career advancement opportunities. In both cases, the Education Career Hub can connect you to specialized job search and career exploration sites, such as School Spring, A+ Resumes for Teachers, and many others. And these type of sites have specialized career resources and tools for job searching, networking, resume writing, interviewing, and more, all in the pre-K through 12 school environment. On the hub, you can also access a list of professional associations to join related to the education field, such as the National Association of Young Children, or NACE, the American Education Association, the International Society for Technology in Education, or ISTE, the U.S. Distance Learning Association, and many others. And along with professional development and networking opportunities, many professional associations also provide career resources right on their
Mm-hmm.
websites, and many also include job boards for their members.
Right.
And some of you may also be interested in careers in higher education. So let's take a look at a few resources specifically for that area. Whether you are, for instance, interested in working in higher ed or developing as an education leader, maybe establishing yourself as a subject matter expert in the education field, or finding ways to make a broader impact in your organization or community, we have the resources to help get you started. The Education Career Hub includes a careers in higher education section with links to resources that can prepare you to pursue career interest at the doctoral level. So if you're looking for in-depth information on what you can do with a doctoral degree, we offer 4 doctoral career pathways conference session recordings that you can watch at your convenience to prepare for doctoral level career paths, such as higher education, but also related paths in research, policy, consulting, and also in other areas. Our detailed career pathways guides also provide job search terms, key job search sites, career success strategies, and professional networking tips for each of the pathways, including higher education. We also include networking sites for scholar practitioners, advice for asking for letters of recommendation, academic signature guidelines, and a list of job search sites, which include higher ed jobs, Inside Higher Ed, the Chronicle of Higher Ed, and there are so many more that you can access. And if your goal is to apply for opportunities in higher education, you may be asked to submit an academic curriculum vitae or CV. We offer a step-by-step CV guide to help create, organize, and enhance your CV documents. Along with many CV templates you can view for ideas, including those for higher ed and adjunct teaching. Our Skills First career management system also allows you to build a CV and other types of documents, including resumes and cover letters. Skills First is one of our department's signature offerings. As a Walden student or alum, you can use Skills First to help communicate your academic and professional skills to employers and other professionals in your field by creating resumes, cover letters, CVs, and career portfolios using this tool. The system has over 500 samples you can choose from, including custom samples. And it has also recently added ChatGPT features to its resume and letter modules that provide initial feedback on how you can improve your documents. So we're really excited about these features of generative AI and the tips they're providing to students and alumni. And also the system has an interviewing module and a pitch builder to help you practice interview skills and also to develop an elevator pitch or introduction to communicate your professional brand. Getting started with Skills First is very easy. If you're a Walden student, you can log into Skills First using your Walden email and password and start using the system. But if you're a Walden alum who no longer has access to your Walden credentials, you can still use the system. In that case, simply contact our department at careerservices@mail.waldenu.edu, and we will send you a special alumni access code to set up an account using a personal email address. Skills First also has many tools that are meant to help you stand out from others, build your confidence, and also be ready to share your unique skills, academic knowledge areas, and strengths with employers. There is a lot more information about the system, including a step-by-step user guide on the Education Career Hub. And next, let's take a closer look at custom resume, CV, and letter samples for education students. Skills First has 60 plus custom Walden preferred resume and letter samples that our team developed together through the years with collaboration with academic leaders across the university. So we highly recommend that you use one of the Walden preferred custom samples. And they include resume, CV, and cover letter samples that are geared towards career transition and career advancement in higher education, policy and advocacy, leadership, pre-K through 12, and other areas related to education. So the main takeaway here is that you do not need to start from scratch. There are samples to help you highlight not only your professional experience, but also your academic knowledge areas and skills, your technology skills, volunteer experience, and so much more. And after you have a resume or CV put together, you are now ready to search for opportunities that match your interests. And we have a multitude of job search tools and sites that you can use, especially for this purpose. So let's take a look at those next. One great way to research employers and jobs is to use the Walden Job and Internship Locator job board. Employers who contact our department, they are invited to post opportunities on the job board exclusively for the Walden community. The job board also has a list of featured employers who are interested in recruiting talented students and graduates. And along with these exclusive postings, the job board also pulls listings from job search aggregates such as Indeed.com. And the job board is very easy to use. We invite all of you to get started after the session by creating your job seeker account. And that way you can set job alerts for the types of jobs that you're interested in now or in the future. You can also upload your resume and make it visible to employers. And the second job search system that we offer is called Going Global. Going Global is a leading career and employment resource for global and U.S. jobs and other types of experiential opportunities. This system includes country and city guides, a global employer directory, and remote or online jobs. Since some of you may be living or even working outside of the United States, this system is specifically designed to meet the career needs of our global community at Walden. Also, if you're interested, for instance, in teaching abroad, Going Global is an excellent tool for you to use. We also have a curated list of popular and interest-specific job search sites by subject or interest area. And if you are looking for ways to build skills and experience through volunteering or completing an informal internship, we also have an entire webpage dedicated for this purpose. Remember that you can find links to all of our job search resources right on the Education Career Hub. And next, let's look at a few quick tips to help you search for opportunities using these sites. So whether you are actively job searching or maybe you are researching positions to prepare for future opportunities, keep a list of search terms or keywords you are using in search engines to help you locate more opportunities that are a good fit. Consider the position titles you would like to use in your searches and the level of the position that you are seeking. Some common titles for education careers may include positions such as teacher, coordinator, specialist, administrator, instructional designer, and others. And if you're seeking flexible employment options, you may want to use search terms such as part-time or telecommuting, virtual, online, remote, or contract. And if you have skills in specific areas, you may also want to use them in your searches as well. Some examples of keywords to use are Canvas or Blackboard, curriculum development, administration, and many others. And finally, search using specific employer names. And most importantly, keep a list of your favorite employers. This is a sure way to be proactive in your searches. Researching employers helps you find the right fit, which is beneficial for you, but also for the organization. And of course, after you apply for a position, you may get a response from an employer who invites you in for an interview. And this can be very exciting, but also sometimes nerve-wracking. Be prepared to stand out and bring your best self forward in an interview. The goal in an interview is to educate your audience on how you are the best fit for the position you are applying for, while also making a positive first impression. And this starts by being prepared, practicing your interview skills, and building your overall confidence. And here are a few tips to get you started. Take the time to research the organization, its people, culture, and challenges, and review your academic skills and qualifications. Practice communicating how they have prepared you for the type of position that you are looking for. Be able to articulate specific and succinct examples from your experience and from your academic work. And most importantly, practice your interview skills, because as we know, practice makes perfect. You can do this by logging into Skills First and using its interviews module. And the interviews module includes mock interview questions for a variety of K through 12, higher ed, and related positions, along with other common questions you might want to be prepared for. The Interviews tab also has additional interview tips and advice on professional etiquette. And finally, don't forget to always bring your best professional self. Body language and professional image, they always matter. So remember, your goal is to gain the employee's trust and convey confidence in your abilities. And as you look toward growing your career and building your reputation in education, consider how you will grow your network, build meaningful connections, and also consider the contributions that you would like to make both to learning and to professional communities. Active engagement can help you grow as an individual, to thrive as an educator, and serve as a role model for others. To start our discussion on how to engage and connect, we would like to get some feedback from all of you. What are some professional activities or groups that have helped you meet individuals with common interests, grow your professional network, or contribute to meaningful activities and discussions? Please take a moment to share your ideas in the chat. So how have you been engaged? Maybe through professional, academic, or community activities or groups that you're engaged in. Maybe they are professional associations that you are a part of related to your career field or interest area that you would like to share. Specific LinkedIn groups that you're a part of. Maybe you're part of Walden Facebook groups or student organizations at Walden. Maybe you're volunteering in your community, engaged in faith-based or interest-based organizations. Some of you may be even involved in your local community, serving on committees or even in the city council and other activities. So Kayla, do we have any additional comments from our audience?
Yes, we have some that echoed what you said. We have workshops, volunteer mentoring opportunities, being active members of the local school board, professional organizations and academic community, community fairs, volunteering, LinkedIn, social media groups, listserv, local community organizations, Walden Facebook groups. We have a lot of great things here.
That's great. It sounds like our audience is very active and already involved in many different groups. And Walden really offers many student organizations, clubs, and groups that you can join. And some of those were mentioned by our audience. Next, I'd like to invite Dr. Blakely and Dr. Plessier to share a little about the groups that they lead or participate in. And also, what are the benefits of those groups to students and graduates? And what can they receive or learn from being part of those groups? So Dr. Blakely, would you like to start and tell us a little bit more about your groups?
I had to come off of mute. Yes, Walden has several groups for students to, participate in. And the groups that I work most closely with, we have a Principal's Corner, and that's a group and club for aspiring leaders, those who are most interested in leadership fields. We have a Multicultural and International Club. That's a club. It has international students. It deals with multicultural. And we come to Walden from so many different corners of the earth. And so that's a very nice club. We have the Kappa Delta Phi, which is a honor society. And we have helping programs. The helping programs would be the Academic Achievement Student Seminar. This meets monthly. We come together and do much what we're doing, like how we're doing now, sharing information. We have mentors, like if you needed assistance with your work, we have the Each One Teach One. Or we talk and speak about volunteer opportunities. You could be a mentor and help other people. We have the National Society of Leadership, the Golden Key Honor Society. There's several programs here, something for everybody. And what do these things do, or how do they help the students? One, they're very good with networking. As you job hunt, you're going to be asked for references or people who really believe in you. So networking is essential, and this looks good on your resume. It looks good on your resume because it shows that you are culturally diverse and that you have the ability to work with a variety of people. So I encourage everyone, if you're interested or if you want to do some of these things, get out there and do them, because they really, really do help on your resume, and they help you with the jobs, and it exposes you to a large variety of different people other than maybe those who are just located on the block with which you live. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Blakely. And Dr. Plessier, would you have any additional tips or comments to add about the groups that you lead and are also engaged in?
Yes, definitely. Well, over the past 2 years, I have actively volunteered in diverse roles at Walden University. Beyond fostering valuable connections, my participation in the Student Success Seminar has significantly strengthened or augmented my commitment to continuous learning. Furthermore, my role as a mentor has not only allowed me to provide support, but has also afforded me the opportunity to learn from my mentees. Whether you're a current student or an alum, like I am, I strongly advocate that you get involved in volunteering in different activities that you can volunteer in, whether as a mentor, a mentee, or a participant in one of the university's clubs. And I look forward to seeing you, especially as a mentee. Once a quarter, I facilitate a mentoring program or a mentees program in which mentees share their concerns, and it's really powerful. The mentees get great support, and we have seen the success of many students, particularly doctoral students. So come along, come on, and join us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Plessier. It is really inspiring to hear about all of the leadership roles you've taken on and how you are willing to give back and mentor others as well. And now I'd like to tell you a little bit more how you can reach out for additional career support and connect with the career planning and development team. We know that there will be times along your journey where you will need some extra support. And during those transitional times, we encourage you to schedule a 45-minute career advising appointment with one of our career advisors. And you can schedule your appointment from the Career Planning and Development homepage, and we will then meet you over phone or Zoom based on your preference. So some of our most popular topics that we work on with students and grads, they are listed here on this slide. We can help you identify strengths, explore career paths, and research career options in a variety of different interest areas. We can provide resume or CV feedback, that is actually our most popular topic. And we can help you communicate your skills, experience, and academic knowledge by strengthening your materials. And if you are actively job searching, we can review proactive strategies to increase your chances of success and help you develop a career plan to stay on track. We can provide feedback on your LinkedIn profile, help you develop your professional brand, and offer networking tips. We can brainstorm ideas for professional development activities and how to best engage in the Walden community. And finally, we can coach you on every step of the interview process to increase your chances of landing that dream job. Career advising appointments are open to both students and alumni, and we do our best to meet you where you are, identify your individual needs, and support you in achieving your career goals. And another way to engage with our team is by attending our live events. Our department offers a variety of events for students and alumni, including office hours, and we actually have one coming up on Thursday, so you can join us. You can register for that right on our homepage. We also offer career skills webinars quarterly on popular career-related topics and special topics. Office hours are monthly group advising sessions where you can bring your career-related questions. These events also include a demonstration of our website resources and offerings. And if you would like to learn what additional career resources are available for you, this is definitely a great option. Our live career skills programs are on popular career topics such as cover letter, resume writing, career exploration, and many others. And we host those in collaboration with the Office of Academic Affairs. So thank you, Kayla, for always helping us host our live events. And the great news is that our events are available on demand after the live delivery. And this means that you can register for them at any time from the Career Planning and Development website to access the content. And finally, we partner with academic programs across the university and student organizations as well to deliver webinars on career-related topics customized for specific groups. So for example, the program that you are currently attending today is designed specifically for education students and alumni. And another way to engage with our team is through social media. And we invite you to join us on LinkedIn and join our Facebook group as well. And we post engaging articles on these platforms. We advertise our upcoming events and encourage followers to share their career tips and strategies. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel to access over 100 video and webinar recordings. And the Career Planning and Development blog features student success stories and career-related articles. We love to have guest bloggers from the Walden community submit articles to the blog. For example, recently a Doctor of Education, Walden alumna, submitted an article about finding postdoc fellowships. And finally, all social media platforms can be accessed right on the Career Planning and Development website. And with this information, we would now like to open it up for any questions that you might have for myself, Dr. Plessier, or Dr. Blakely. So Kayla, do we have any questions that have come in?
Yes, we do. Our first questions are, do you all have experience with teaching, evaluating, or administration abroad?
Yes. As far as teaching abroad, there are some resources that are available through Going Global. If you're interested in that, if you're looking for opportunities to teach abroad, there are there's great information in the Going Global system. As far as evaluating the programs, the way that Going Global works is that they are the vendor who we partner with, and they have career experts all over the country and all over the world who curate opportunities, including opportunities for teaching abroad. So Going Global, for that reason, is a great tool to try to identify some teaching abroad options, that are fairly reliable. You still need to research them and just make sure that everything, that they're legitimate organizations, etc. But going global can give you some peace of mind because the career experts around the world have already curated those. So that's my insights into that question. But Dr. Blakely or Dr. Plessier, would you have anything to add about teaching abroad based on your knowledge?
Well, I would say that the Kappa Delta Phi program, there are many students in there. So again, this would be networking. And some of them do teach abroad. And so you can meet people who do and basically interact and ask questions that way as well. But Going Global is really good. So I would say Going Global, networking. And again, that's a perfect reason why, a good example of joining these clubs, because you meet what I call like people who are doing the things that you might want to do.
Awesome.
And I would also like to add, LinkedIn is a great tool to connect. So for instance, if you join the largest Walden University LinkedIn group, it has over 200 1,000 members now. You can also connect with Walden alumni, and you can take a look at the profile of individuals that you are working in education, maybe working and teaching abroad, and connect with those individuals for informational interviews, and just ask them about their experience and what tips they would have for you.
Awesome. Our next question, I think, goes right along with that is, how do I get a list of these organizations that I can work with?
Yes. So as far as the organizations at Walden, the Education Career Hub, and there's a link to the hub in your On24 content module. So you can click on that link to go directly to the Education Career Hub. And many of the organizations that Dr. Blakely and Dr. Plessier mentioned are actually listed on the hub. So that's where I would begin first.
Awesome. Our next question is, are CVs preferred over resumes when applying for higher education jobs, or does it only apply to teaching positions?
CVs are typically used for jobs in academia, also consulting work. If you're submitting a proposal to a conference, for instance, or a research proposal, may ask for a CV. And whether you submit a resume or CV really depends on what that employer or that organization is asking for. If they are asking for a CV, typically they're looking for a longer document. A resume is 2-3 pages maximum, unless it's a federal resume, which can be longer. But a CV looks more holistically at your contributions to your academic and professional field. So if you have enough experience, that document can be longer, 5 to 8 pages even in length. And Dr. Blakely or Dr. Plessier, would you have any additional comments on that?
I think you've covered it. A CV actually shows the many things that you've done. So yes, it's much longer. And many people who request CVs, they're looking for specifics, whereas the resume, it kind of capsules what you've done, you know. So the CV is just more direct. And again, just as you said, Dina, basically it depends upon what the organization is requesting. So I think you covered it pretty well.
Excellent. And just to add to that, we have so many resources on the Career Planning and Development website for CV writing. So including a webinar recording. And as I mentioned earlier in this presentation, we have a CV guide that will literally take you step by step in creating your document. And then we have CV samples, and you can use Skills First to build a CV. So that's a great way to engage with Skills First. And of course, you can always schedule a career advising appointment for feedback over the phone or on Zoom.
And that's great. That's really a wonderful opportunity. Your resume or CV is your first impression, so you really want to get that in and have it looking good. So I recommend to everybody to take advantage of that. That's a beautiful addition.
And I would like to add that I had the golden opportunity of meeting with Dina Berggren. She sat with me, and she really did a great job in revamping my resume. And I can't wait to sit with her to develop a CV. I'm looking forward to that. So please capitalize on the individualized opportunity that Dina and her the other employees in the career resource department will do for you. It's really great and fantastic. And if you want that job, please utilize their services. Thank you.
Thank you for your kind words, Dr. Plessier. I look forward to working with you on your CV and also working with the audience members who are interested. And if you're interested, you can always visit the Career Planning and Development website, click on the schedule an appointment button, and it's really takes just a few seconds to make your reservation. And then we will meet you at the scheduled time, and the scheduling system is in Eastern time zone. So you want to make sure to adjust your time zone for the scheduling system.
And our next question, which I think you've answered, but I just want to reiterate that this service can also be used for your resume as well, not just your CV. Is that correct?
That's correct. Career advising appointments, we can provide you feedback also on your cover letter if you'd like, or other application materials. But resume or CV feedback, it is our #1 most popular topic. And I think it's such a stepping stone into not only writing your document and putting it together, but really reflecting on what are my academic skills, professional skills, skills I've gained through volunteering or in my community. What is my professional brand? What is unique about me? How can I stand out to employers? And it's also a step towards preparing for interviews, because if you have a strong resume or CV, it makes it easier to communicate examples during interviews and communicate what is most important to you in your brand and what you have to offer.
Awesome. Our next question is about how long should a higher education resume be? How many pages would you think?
Yeah, so if you're asked for a resume, our rule of thumb is 1 page for someone who's right out of college, 2 pages for someone who is a mid-career professional. So most of you would probably fall into that category, and 3 pages as kind of the maximum if you are have worked in the same field for maybe 20 years and you're applying for like a leadership role in the same field. So you have a lot of experience. So 3 pages would be the maximum. Now, if you're asked for a CV, that's saying that you can provide a longer document. So 5 to 8 pages would be an appropriate length for a CV if you have enough experience and professional activities and presentations and publications and all of that to highlight. So yeah, and some of you may have that already, and many of you are still building that experience and those skills. So any other thoughts about that, Dr. Blakely or Dr. Plessier?
I think you covered it. A resume, I agree with you. It should not be past 3 pages. And the CV, again, it allows you to list more and to be more specific. But again, remember, it depends upon what that hiring agency is asking for. If they ask for a resume, give them a resume. If they ask for a CV, give them a CV. And if you need help in doing it, then we find Dina and the Career Center to help us. But present to them what they're asking for. Because when people apply for these jobs, believe it or not, there are hundreds of people applying. And don't let anyone tell you any different. It is a competition. And you want your document to be seen, your resume, your CV. So present what they ask for and make it as excellent as possible.
Awesome. Our next question is, what resources are available to help you list or to combat being not qualified or overly qualified for a position?
That is always tough. And we do have a wonderful blog, the Career Planning and Development blog. There's an icon for the blog right on the Career Planning and Development homepage. And we've actually written an article about what to do if you're perceived to be overqualified for positions. So there are many strategies and techniques to help others feel that you're not qualified, that you're not overqualified, I should say, by really stressing things like your ability to work on a team and your ability to follow directions. So one of the things that is tough with potential managers is if feeling that, oh, maybe the individual I'm hiring is their credentials is above mine, or they have more experience and skills than I have, and how can I manage this individual? So that there are techniques to help put employers at ease that you are someone who is easy to manage, that you will follow direction, that you will work effectively in a team, and that you will blend into that department and that organization's culture. So I highly recommend reading that blog article on being perceived as overqualified. And if I think the other part of the question was underqualified, and if that is the case, then working with our team and scheduling a career advising appointment so that we can talk about how to highlight your transferable skills from other work roles and how to highlight your academic skills and knowledge areas that you are gaining in your Walden program or have gained in your Walden program if you already graduated. So hopefully that helps. And any additional thoughts about that, Dr. Plessier or Dr. Blakely?
I think you did a great job. I was just thinking about, I think that question wasn't asked, but one of the common questions I've heard is how do you camouflage, like in terms of your age, because there might be discrimination with ageism. So, normally applicants are concerned about that. I think, and as I said, they could meet with you or one of the other individuals in career advisement to determine how to do that as well.
Absolutely. I agree with you, Dr. Plessier, to have the audience schedule an appointment so that we can really talk about that and coach on how to address some of those issues of being perceived as an older worker. But for many roles, especially for high-level positions in higher ed teaching or consulting work, for instance, being older may be actually a benefit, because if you are a subject matter expert in your field, having those years of experience can definitely be a plus. So a lot of it is how do you communicate that? And how do you set employers at ease?
I think we have one last question, or time for one last question. And that question is, what are the resources to prepare you for the types of interviews that you should expect from employers?
That's a great question. Actually, we'll be hosting a career skills program on interview strategies in December. So December 13th. We are working on this program currently, and it will be advertised throughout the Walden community. And also it will be advertised on the Career Planning and Development website on the homepage. But also on the Career Planning and Development website, we have an entire interviews tab, and it has great information on phone interviews, virtual interviews, panel interviews, and how to prepare for those. Along with that, the Career Planning and Development blog has excellent articles on preparing for a wide variety of interview formats. So if you're preparing for an interview, definitely don't miss the blog, the interviews tab on our website, and keep an eye out for our December program on interview strategies.
That sounds wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like we've answered all of our questions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kayla, and thank you everyone for taking the time to join us here today. And we invite you to visit the Education Career Hub and use all of the resources on the Career Planning and Development website that we discuss here today to manage your career. And for shorter questions, you can also reach out to Career Planning and Development at Career Services at mail.waldenu.edu, or you can schedule a career advising appointment for additional support. And please also take a moment to complete the short survey in your On24 content module and let us know how we did today. And you can also download your certificate of completion for attending this program. I want to thank Kayla Willis from the Office of Academic Affairs team, Dr. Judy Blakely, Dr. Lucy Placier, and also Kim Burton from the Walden Library for making this program possible. And enjoy the rest of your evening, everyone. Thank you for attending today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.